Hey, pick 'em pie, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the lot. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pie from MMA takes, yeah, let's get it going.
Dancing to my own theme song. That's what we do. What's up, baby? The chat is already popping. We got Lazy Bed, the best commenter in all of MMA. We got Paku MMA. This boy doesn't miss a show. We got Trindaddy, my guy. Been taking a bit of a sabbatical from my normal MMA shows while I take care of some of the other stuff. Not this one. Not MMA Takes. Much love, BP. Much love to chat. Let's have fucking winners. William Robbins, this dude's here. Glad to see you back, Fathead. Love you all as well. I love it, baby. Footy Booker. That's my guy right there. Yeah, boys. This is the gentleman who designed, created for free, by the way, the video intro. Connor, that's my guy. Much love. Also, before we introduce the boys, we got Mitch, we got Joe. They're back. They're trying to take me down. I was honored. If you guys are on Twitter, which most of you guys are, follow Mr. Nice Guy MMA. He is, I don't know if he runs it or whatever, but he is affiliated with nextmma.com, which is an unbelievable website. I know most of us go to Tapology. We do some things. I have now added Next MMA to my rotation to cap fights. It's unbelievable. And he DM'd me like a couple weeks ago. Was like, hey, do you want to sponsor the KC card? Listen, it can just be, you don't have to do anything. I'll promote everything and do everything. I just want to know if it's all right if I share your stuff. It's like, absolutely. So big shout out to those guys. I think I'm going to do a little video for them tomorrow. But just the greatest follow. We got to support MMA, not just MMA, just MMA. MMA content creators and cappers and whatever you want to do in this space. Let's support each other. That's what we're talking about. Mr. Nice Guy MMA has a platform to do that. I love it. But we got the boys with us. We got Zuck, who tied me last time. We got Joe, who bodied me last time. I'm looking for a dub. Boys, what do you think about this card? I'm going to start with Big Joe. Joe, what do you think about this card?
Yeah, dude, just to tap onto what you said, I actually sponsored one of the cards for Mr. Nice Guy in the past as well. Great.
Nice.
Very supportive of content. And shout out to him. Fired up for this card. And dude, I got on Twitter earlier in the week and I was talking about it just at large. And dude, what more could you ask for in a fight night? Like, this is the main card on ESPN is going to do numbers. Incredible. Yeah, incredible main event. Nothing more that you could ask for in a main event. And Proudus versus Gary, like two young, hungry up-and-comers, both like with, championship potential and championship like risk at play here, right? Either guy wins, they're, heavily in the championship conversation at welterweight. So fired up for the main event specifically, but just, talent-rich card. So
talent-rich card from I Am Saturday. Zuck, baby, what we got here? You got your Patty shirt on. You're celebrating the Patty victory from domination, I should say. Not just victory. He dominated Chandler. How we feeling, babe?
Hey man, I know that you guys probably didn't have a show last week because there was an off week, but man, I was texting you during the fight, before the fight. I was hyped for that. I literally waited to the last second to take it because I knew all the public money was coming on Chandler, and so I just waited to literally Patty's little banana to pet everything I had on him. Happy about Patty. Excited for this card. I'm excited that we have back-to-back fight nights that are in a real city, not in the Apex. Yeah. That's my most like part about these two fight nights back to back that I'm stoked about is that we're getting back on the road. Are you going tomorrow or on Saturday
for this card,
or are you going to go to the Iowa card?
No, I'm gonna go. I'm holding out for Chicago, baby. I'm holding out for Chicago. A lot of rumblings that Pereira and Ankalaev are gonna fight Chicago. Now there's a little more rumblings that Dricus du Plessis, who's supposed to fight International Fight Week, might be sliding to Chicago, which might be happening in August. Kansas City's about an 11-hour drive for me. Probably a couple-hour flight or whatever. Chicago, that's a 4-hour drive for me. My superpower in this world is I can do 10-hour drives like they're 20 minutes. I black out. I just and I'm there. Like I drove from Portland, Maine, home in one trip, 15-hour drive, slept for 4 hours.
Shout out New England. Let's go.
Shout out New England. Went to Portland, Maine for a wedding on my Kia Soul, drove me and my wife home, slept for 4 hours, went to work the next day and drove a UPS truck. It's a weird ability I have, but I have it. So I drive a lot of different places because I don't mind flying. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. But no, I'm not going Saturday. But let's get into these fights here. Let's get into these fights, bud. But we got a lot of people in the chat. I love it. William Robbins says, down by the beach, boy. And then Casey MMA, what's up, bros? Let's go, chat. That's right. Let's go, chat. Miles Smith. All right, first fight of the night. I got to play my favorite. This is the only fight I think this applies for.
Bring her in here, stinking up the joint. Come on.
This fight's just stinking up the joint. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Chelsea Chandler plus 245 for Jocelyn Edwards minus 305. I got these lines about an hour ago, maybe moving a little bit. Chelsea Chandler, I mean, can someone disappoint an area code as much as she does with 209? You know, she's from Stockton. You know, she's running away when she's in fights. She's a good size for the division. I think she stinks. I don't think there's any redeeming quality for her. I think Jocelyn Edwards, when she came in the UFC, had some talent, has had a lot of hiccups throughout the way. But her last fight against Vidal, who isn't a world beater, but Vidal throws heat, looks good. Jocelyn Edwards outstruck her, used her length, used her reach, and then finished her on the ground. I like that. That's evolution, baby. I like Jocelyn Edwards here, probably by decision. Don't see a finish happening. 305 is a little high. You know, I do know chicks. You know, I get people knocking on the door all the time. BP, you know, chicks, let me, you know, whatever. You know what's so funny about that is some guy, I'm not gonna put him on blast or anything, but I would say I know chicks jokingly. He like messaged me, sweetest guy in the world on Instagram. I was like, buddy, I need help like picking up women. Like, you seem so confident. Is there anything you can help me? And I'm like, buddy, I've been married for like 12 years. I don't know how to give you confidence. Like, I was just a fucking I was just an idiot. Yeah, hit up Zuck. Zuck's a young
Don't hit me up, dude. Don't leave me out of that.
Yeah, right, dude. I saw Joe. You know, he's got chicks all over his Instagram. Anyway, give me Jocelyn Edwards. Give me by decision. Don't love it. Kind of like it if you want to split her by decision. But yeah, give me Jocelyn Edwards. I can't get on Chelsea Chandler. Zuck, what do you got, bub?
Well, I brought one prop today, and I knew for this first fight, I knew you were going to say that. So I brought my little poop in the butt because yes, this fight does stink. I'm gonna take Jocelyn Edwards as well by decision. I think she's a good back leg, good cardio. I don't think either of these ladies have made weight in the last two fights or so. But
I don't think Chelsea Chandler doesn't look like she made
she's
weight.
A big lady. And I was gonna say the only person I know that wouldn't run away from Big Norm after they got caught is this guy to my left, Big BP.
Let me tell you something. I'm running right at her, and she got bigger too, boys. She got bigger too, boys. I'm running right at her.
Yeah, Chelsea's flat-footed on the feet. In mount, I guess she's pretty good, but she's got to get there first. Jocelyn Edwards has good enough takedown defense to not even touch her in the first 2 rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if it went 3. I wouldn't be surprised by a late takedown maybe and try to ride out the round. But yeah, Jocelyn Edwards by decision.
Love it, Zuck. Joe, what do we got here, bub? You like the number?
Go ahead, man.
No, do you like the number on Edwards?
No.
Trent put minus 395. Maybe I misread it at 305. Either way,
I got 298 today.
398. Okay, so I misread it down.
No, 298. Yeah. I had 298 this morning, so 305 sounds right.
305. Oh, Trent, you slipping, bro? I'm just kidding. Trent's the best in the world.
Maybe I mean, who knows? Maybe I've actually seen a lot of people on Edwards, weirdly enough, all over Twitter this week as a play. I'm not huge on this fight. I definitely don't touch women's bantamweight, and yeah, I mean, Chelsea Chandler running away in the last fight isn't a good look, but you know, poop in the butt is probably a really good way of calling this fight. I'm not going to be touching it. Gun to my head, got to choose Edwards for sure. But yeah, no big preference here.
Yeah, once we get this one out of the way, I think we're smooth sailing. Next up, 2 newcomers, guys that really, you know, a lot of people know a lot about. Timmy Cuamba plus 114. I know this dude's like born and raised Vegas. Like literally was born to be a fighter. That's all he wanted to do. Versus Roberto Romero, minus 135. Romero, the favorite. I don't really like what I see with Romero, if I'm being honest with you, being the favorite. I see some guys online really liking this kid at minus 135. Maybe they're seeing something I'm not seeing. I think Cuamba is a young fighter that obviously grew up to be an MMA fighter. I think sometimes you're really good in the gym and you just don't show up in the cage. It happens a lot. I think maybe that is the situation right here in the UFC is he hasn't performed to his level yet, but I'm going to take a dog shot on him. I'm going to go dog here. It's a little baby pup dog, little pup dog, plus 114. But again, I just think Romero sometimes can be a little bit of a punching bag. I think he's solid in there. He maybe has fought some of the better guys, but you know, I don't see this maybe going to a finish or anything. Going to a decision for sure. Maybe not a finish, but I think Cuamba might style him a little bit. Keep a distance, keep it moving, keep the striking going. Hopefully his cardio is on point, and I think he can tame Romero, who's a little bit wild at times. So give me the dog at plus 114. Big Joe, what do we got here? You dog hunting with me?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Cuamba, from my understanding, he's supposed to have really good grappling credentials. We haven't seen that in the UFC yet. Weirdly enough, I know he looked good on Contender. He's 0-2 in the UFC, but he took the Balaj Oki fight. I think I'm saying that guy's name right. On short notice, up a weight class, and actually made a really good account of himself. And then just lost his last fight to Lucas Almeida, if I'm right. Almeida can crack, dude. He's a good striker and is long and a tough matchup. So, Romero looked really good at moments in the first round, specifically against David Onama. Fast kicks and tough dude. He took some big damage late when Onama started to take over. I do like Cuamba in the spot. I actually almost decided to give Cuamba out as one of my plays, and then I'm not going to do it. I ended up watching the Romero Onama fight last night, and I think there's too much of a risk of an early finish there, just from how fast this kid's striking is. So probably going to stay away from the fight. But again, I would lean Cuamba here, just because of the better competition that he's fought.
There we go. We heard it there. Zuck, what do you got, babe?
Yeah, I mean, I liked Roberto Romero in that first round against Onama, especially on 5 days' notice. You're right. Also, Timmy came in on a week's notice in that first fight against Balaj, and then it kind of made Lucas Almeida look like a world beater. Got caught everywhere. Had a late takedown in the third round. I do like his cardio. His cardio looks like it's there. I think you could easily take Cuamba plus 3.5 on DraftKings. I love those point spreads recently, and you could be really happy with that bet. I guarantee you it takes a round. But if Roberto Romero looked that good, had 3-round cardio on a 5-day notice against David Onama, who's in the third spot of this card, fighting a very good Giga Chikante that we'll talk about in a second, I'm definitely going to take Roberto Romero here. I'm going to go against you both. I'm going to take Roberto Romero.
Dude.
I'm interested to see what he has off of full camp, man. His cardio looked fine. He did fade a little bit, and he came out hot because I think he knew that if it went 3 rounds, he wouldn't have the ability to catch up. But he did catch him bad in that first round. I'm excited to see what he has to say on Saturday. So I'm going to go with Roberto Romero.
I don't hate that at all. I actually think it's a decent play. He dropped Onama bad in the first round. And Onama's a tough dude. Like, that's actually, I don't hate that play whatsoever. I think that's, if there's a fight that's like really, really 50-50 on this card, I think it's this matchup.
Perfect. Yeah, that's why I went dog. Go ahead, Zuck.
I wouldn't be surprised at 29-28 either way. Either way, I think one of these guys are winning around. So if you're on the Cuamba side and you want to be a little bit safer than the money line, you don't know what those judges are going to be doing early in the card. Yeah. I would say just take his point spread and watch the fight and enjoy it. But in my opinion, I'm going to go Roberto, especially that number. It's even dropping right now. So
I've been watching MMA for 23 years now, right? 15 years old and 38 now. And I noticed there are some patterns that happen. It's the most unpredictable sport, but there are patterns. Felipe Dos Santos just keeps coming to my head. He looks so good against Manel Kopp. Like, this kid is amazing. He took Manel Kopp on short notice. He lost, but he squeaked out a win over Victor Altamirano and then has looked like dog shit since then. So this guy comes in against Onama, looks great, drops Onama. He gets dropped himself. Super aggressive. I'm a fucking stud. But there's patterns here, and it scares me a little bit. That's why I went dog, but I agree with both you boys. This could be a close fight. I think both these dudes won it here. Cuamba, again, back on the wall, had a little bit of hype coming out. Again, being a Vegas kid, a lot of people liking him. The chat likes Romero here. Lazy Bet, a sharp dude. Not sold on Tim. I'm going Romero by decision. KCMMA, Romero by decision with you, Zuck. Almeida his cheeks, and Cuamba lost to him. I love the nicknames for people that stink now, like, Buns. Oh, that's Buns. That's cheeks or whatever. That's just, when I was growing up, I'm old as shit. Man, that's ass.
I like dog water.
Dog water's good.
She looks like dog water.
Dog water. All right, more chicks, babe. Jacqueline Amorim, minus 900. Sheesh. Versus Viana. Polyana, I always get her mixed up with the other hot Brazilian girl. Either way, I'm going Jacqueline here. Jacqueline's a finished machine. She lost to Slam Page. No, you listen, Slam Page can turn it on from time to time. Since then, she has finished everybody with either a submission. She's got great submissions, TKO, whatever. When she gets on the ground, she gets on top. She's great. Viana likes to go to the ground as well. She likes to play it as jiu-jitsu. I think she's going to get smoked here. I think she's going to get finished. Minus 900 is steep. The only way to play this, to attack this, I mean, sure, you could fucking throw her in a parlay if you're a dunce. Throw the sub prop in the parlay. Let's go sub prop. I'll chase that for you when Zuck gives me a breakdown here about who you like in this chick fight.
The only thing I like about this fight is Poliana Viana's new tatas. But that's a that's a personal side. That's a personal side.
That's a
but
personal. The guy likes chicks, guys. That's all. Trent got it for me. He's a stud. Jacqueline Amorim to win by submission -175. That's what you throw in a parlay. Don't fuck with the -900 unless you're a high roller like Joe and your bank account's fat. You can just put G. You can put 10 G's on something. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like -175 by submission, or if you want to play both sides, double finish. She's getting her out of there for sure. But sorry, Zuck. Go ahead, bud.
All good. Jacqueline Amorim. It's whether it's the first or the second round, in my opinion. Poliana Viana, she gives her arms, she gives the mount. I might go on ESPN bet and take that arm bar. Because they have the way of submissions, so they have the different types of submissions. As I see Maddie Betts posting those all the time. Yeah. I might go look at an armbar because I think it's going to be a quick double leg into mount and transition to an armbar. I would say probably in the first round. So I don't know if you can take armbar in the first round, but I like sub in the first round. She also has that Donkey Kong type top mount where she just
fucking hammer fist, bro.
Hammer fist.
Yeah, dude.
And but yeah, I like her by sub round one.
Nice. Round one. He's calling his rounds, baby. Joe, what we got, bub?
Again, staying away from it. I don't want to take up too much time on this fight. I don't know a ton about it. Poliana Viana's a smoke, dude. She's super hot. But realistically, if you want to make money on women's MMA and the fight's above a -500, just bet the favorite. Realistically, Vegas knows what they're talking about, man. And in this case, like, I think, does Viana have? I don't know how many fights she has in the UFC. I know it's not a lot of wins. So, yeah.
She has one 30-second finish.
Who was that against, dude? Do you remember?
One thing, Paulina sticks out for me because there's rumors. There's a picture of her and Colby. They trained together down in Florida, and maybe they're dating.
That's the only.
She's like,
there was rumors that they were dating.
Yeah,
I thought she does Alex Pereira.
So she did it later, but this was before that. She goes, "No, we're not dating. He likes fingers in his butt." Yeah. And that was very funny. But the funniest follow-up after that was Paulo Costa commented, how many fingers? Like, is it just one, or we doing two?
The best on Twitter.
God, he's so funny. So that's really sticks out for Poliana Viana. I mean, I know there was another hot girl. I don't know if it was Poliana or the other one. I can't remember her name. That beat up that dude that tried to rob her in Brazil. Kicked the shit out of her. Remember that?
Oh,
Chat's gonna pull it out for me.
Chris Cyborg.
No, what Chris Cyborg? Not Chris Cyborg. She's hot for a different crowd. But no, the chat will pull it out for me. I don't know who that is. There's it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, we'll move on. Cameron Simon, -102 versus Malcolm Wellmaker, -118. Like this fight. Two up and coming kids. Simon, South African kid. A lot of hype around him. He's tough. He gets in there. He's scrappy. He's young. He's good everywhere. But, man, I got to really question that chin at times. He got put out his last time, or maybe it was last time. 2 times ago he got put out. He gets hit a lot. He does have good grappling, but he gets it to the ground. It's not like he's going to just tap you immediately. I don't think he's really super dangerous there, and he works really hard to get you to the ground, which sometimes could be to his detriment. You're working so well. Malcolm Wellmaker, this guy, the wins he has are impressive when you look at his record. The way he finishes, I should say, but the guys he fought aren't impressive. He looked good on the Contender Series. He's 30. I thought he was a little bit younger than that. He's 30, so time's a ticking. He's got to get going here. I like Malcolm Wellmaker here. I think he's going to clip Simon. I think Simon's defense is too lousy. I think he gets hurt too much. Very interesting fight. I can see a lot of people splitting this fight, taking Simon. Simon does have probably a better ground game. We haven't really seen that from Wellmaker, but Wellmaker has that power. He's proven it in numerous fights, even on the Contender Series. So I'm playing Wellmaker by KO. I won't money line this fight. This will be just by KO. Lazy Bed got some inside information. Word from inside Wellmaker's camp. He's putting training partners out cold with the big gloves and headgear. Simon is there to be hit. Ooh, that's scary when you spar with 16-ounce gloves and a lot of guys wear headgear. You don't see a lot of knockouts with those. So you see guys getting put out with big gloves, bigger. Those guys got power, babe. Especially being a smaller guy here. Joe, what do you got here, bub? Strong lean, you playing this one? What we got?
No, not playing it. Too risky.
No.
Listen, I kind of articulated this my first time around. I play very few fights, but I play them big. And this is not going to be one of them. Again, Brian, really good breakdown. Also, I'm going to bring it up later in the podcast, but you broke down Randy Brown, Nicholas Dalby almost perfectly on Anik and Florian this week.
Thank you.
Shout out for that. Really,
Appreciate
really
that.
beautiful breakdown. But yeah, listen, Cameron Simon took the UFC by storm a little bit. He was a young kid, 22, came into the UFC undefeated, racked up either 2 or 3 wins, and then got fed to the wolves, kind of Peyton Talbot and Christian Rodriguez in back-to-back fights. Christian Rodriguez, as you know, misses weight, takes his O, and then he fights, Peyton Talbot and gets dog walked, kind of destroyed. That was, kind of Peyton Talbot's coming out party, no pun intended. I know he's dating Frank Ocean now, but literally his UFC coming out party. And no, dude, he gets hit way too often, way too clean, but I do think he has the better strength of schedule here. Quick question. How old do you think Wellmaker is just by looking at him?
I looked at it, he's 30.
Oh, he looks 17 years old.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
dude, he's 30 years old. I thought he was 22, 22.
No, that's what I watched the Contender Series. So I'm like, look at this young chap fight. And I looked up, he's 30. I'm like, damn, he's 30.
Which is crazy. He did not look 30. He clearly carries a ton of power. The guy he fought on Contender Series, he put him down face first. And there is a big chance that he knocks out Simon. I like Simon's strength of schedule and the dudes that he's been facing. And Wellmaker is a little unproven here. You know me, Brian. I don't touch debuting fighters. So I think Simon brings the better experience, and I think Wellmaker's a little untested in terms of grappling, and I know Simon can mix it up in the grappling. So staying away, gun to my head, I take Simon.
Nice. Mitch, what do you got, babe?
I tend to like fighters that look like me when they come to the UFC. When I was a kid, one of my favorite fighters was Sage Northcutt because I thought I looked like Sage Northcutt. And that's just the craziest take of all time.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
My physique is just like his. Let's just say
of
that.
Course.
My jaw is way stronger though, I promise you.
Okay.
Cameron Simon, I loved him when he was coming to the UFC. First 3 fights, he had some really good ones. I mean, he beat up Terrence McKinney. That's not the biggest tap in the cap, but I really like Malcolm Wellmaker's vision. The way he sees punches coming in is very, very. It's not a lot of UFC fighters do it. He moves out of the way differently than others. And I went into his regional scene fights, and he actually has some good takedowns. He has a full takedown wrestling game that you didn't see in that Contender fight, but I was like, can he wrestle? Because Simon's way to victory here is wrestling. So I went in, he's throwing good double legs. He's throwing good singles. He has people up against the cage. He's dragging them down. Yes, it's regional. It's not Cameron Simon, who might fight out of Dricus's camp, I believe. Yeah, but he's good, man. I think that overall, this is a crazy number at minus 125. And I know, Joe, you said you weren't playing it, but this is one of my favorite bets on the whole card. It's one of my hardest leans. This kid's legit, and I think you're going to see a crazy breakout performance, and you're going to see a very high, fast trajectory for him in the UFC because I didn't know he's 30, but knowing that he's now 30, I think his trajectory is going to go fast. He's going to get big fights, and we're going to be talking about this guy in a year saying Wellmaker's legit. So I think this is his coming out party, and this is one of my favorite bets. You might not be playing it. I will be. Malcolm Wellmaker. You could take him by KO. You could take his money line. Either way, it's great.
And Train's at the KO right here, plus 250. That's juice, baby.
Definitely gonna be played.
And then
good.
lazy, and then
just hop in. Sorry. Brian.
Go ahead, real quick. I'm gonna get to the chat.
Yeah, he looked good on Contender. The stint. To your point, his vision, his distance management, and his striking is wildly clean. So it's just I just don't touch guys that haven't fought in the UFC yet, and I like the experience of Simon. But Wellmaker, you could be totally right.
Yeah. No, KZ said Frank Ocean in the Talbot bussy. And
that's one of my buddy's good friends is Peyton Talbot. So I'm going to stay away from talking shit.
And then
here.
Lazy Bet said not the Tal bussy. And then it's just I thought Wellmaker was early 20s looking at his face. We all did, brother. Not that it's a real thing. I'm built like Big Country. Was a huge Big Country fan. Yeah. I mean, we got Roy Nelson's house. See, I know a lot of people think, oh, BP, you're fat, you're this. But if I just shade my chest, I look exactly like Paulo Costa shirtless. So I mean, all I gotta do is get the shears out. I have no hair on my body whatsoever. But that's crazy. I literally said to myself when this stream started, holy shit, Steve Northcutt's a Browns fan. If I talk only my guy there, what's up, boys? And then KZ giving us a little Wellmaker KO, Ikram KO, Zhang KO. 3K the KO parlay, baby. I like it. Yeah, so we're split on that. I like that. I like that Joe went a little opposite because I think Simon could win this fight for sure. I'm worried about his durability. I'm getting distracted. Joe, do you have like a cameraman? Because you keep like zooming in and out,
Ken
bro.
Burns in the room?
I've been noticing that too. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say anything. I think I have like some sort of setting where it just like keeps on.
I think mine does that. I turn it off, but yeah, mine does that as well. Turn it off? No, you're good. I just thought you had Scorsese behind there directing.
Oh, dude, no, not hiring anyone for this yet. Not at that level.
You look fantastic. All right, here we go. Next up, Damone Blackshear. Yeah, right. Damone Blackshear minus 520 versus Hely Aliskerov. How do you say his fucking name? Plus 390. Short and sweet here. Damone Blackshear has been on fire lately. I think this guy's really good. I think he's good on the ground. I think his striking is, besides running to Montel Jackson, has looked pretty fucking good. But Montel Jackson, this is how we do it. I mean, that's just what he showed Damone Blackshear. Blackshear's a stud, though, right? I think his grappling's good. I think sometimes he'll take breaks in fights. I think if he stays focused, he's getting a submission. Aliskerov has only been submitted once years ago, never in the UFC. So I think you really got to press for that submission to get him out of there. I want to take Blackshear by submission, which is plus 165 right here. I think that's what everyone's going to think. But I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on that just yet. I think maybe Blackshear by decision. Maybe even like if he gets on top and he's fighting for a choke and Ali's just like, no, you're not choking me, bro. And then he goes, fuck it, I'll just start elbowing your goddamn head in. Give me Damone Blackshear. I think this kid it feels like he fights every month. Very active, look pretty good. I like him here. High number, so you gotta cut that number somehow, but it's better than minus 900 on Jack Amorim. So give me Blackshear probably by submission. I'll end up getting there on Saturday, but right now I don't know if I can pull the trigger. Mitch, what do you got, baby?
I like Blackshear also, but I'm a little sketched on it. I don't know why. That first round against Cody Gibson again at UFC Seattle, he had a good sub. I think it was a Kimura in the second round. I cashed on that, and I cashed on him getting knocked out by Montel Jackson. So usually I'm right on Damone Blackshear.
Okay.
This fight is just weird because Alan Tangeli, let's just guess and say that.
Alaton Hely?
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I can't pronounce my alpha.
Alaton Hely.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with whatever Joe said.
Yeah, but Joe knows.
He's a grappler. He's got a crazy physique. He's like a little Hulk. Like he's thick. He's got big arms. He's a big guy. And I think Blackshear on the feet, he's faster than him 100%. I don't think that Alanteli is going to take him to the ground, but if it does, I like that Blackshear sub. But at plus 165, I don't know if there's enough value there for me to take that, especially because that's the only thing I've been seeing on Twitter this week or in any videos I've watched is just him by sub. So I think I'd probably stay away from it. Blackshear, I'm going to take him just as a pick, but I would stay away from this one. It just seems weird. It just seems like a weird fight all the way around.
Weird fight. By the way, I kind of threw out there, and I might spritz on it a little bit. Again, I can just see Blackshear trying to go for a submission, getting frustrated. He goes, you know what? I got elbows. I'm gonna elbow the fuck out of this guy. Him by knockouts plus 900. That's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen on the feet. Could happen on the ground. You got to spritz it. I can't say sprinkle because Yanni the Greek owns it. It's copyrighted, so I think every time we say it, he gets money.
I said spritz.
Spritz, a little, I've been trying to come up, little spritz, but I think every time someone says it, he gets a little money, and then he goes and gets his teeth white again. So, we gotta stop that. We gotta put an end to that now. Joe, what do you got, bub?
Hey, quick before I get into it, know who else is fighting every month? Your boy Melky Costa. He's back fighting Julian.
I saw that, dude. He's in my fucking night. And guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? I've already picked Julian Rosa and
I bet you have, dude.
I'm not going Melky. I'm getting my money back on Melky, bro.
Yeah,
I'm getting my
Either
money
way,
back.
I just thought that was funny. Also, Montel Jackson has the same size glove as Francis Ngannou. Crazy. Either way,
insane. Huge hands. Yeah.
Huge hands. Yeah, same. Yeah, insane. Don't want to go off the rails here though. Alaton Hely, listen, his only two losses in the UFC are to Chris Gutierrez and Casey Kenny. Casey Kenny no longer in the UFC, beats his girlfriend. It's a whole thing. But either way, so this fight, right, to your point, Mitch, Do you go by Mitch or do you go by Zuck?
Mitch or Zuck, it's
Okay.
preference.
All right. Yeah, sorry. Mitch. I actually do think Hely is going to grapple here. He has good forward pressure, good chain wrestling, solid grappling. And I think it's going to fail. I think he'll fail against Blackshear. That said, he also carries a ton of power. I tweeted out earlier in the week, if there's 3 trap lines on this card, I think it's the Smith fight. I think it's the Aliskerov Muniz fight. And I think it's this fight right here too. So I do think there's value on Hely. He actually has a generous amount of UFC wins at this point. I'm not going to play this. Again, I would probably take Blackshear just because of how good Blackshear has looked outside of getting knocked out by Montel Jackson here. But at the end of the day, like Hely he's a game opponent, strong, tough, and really only has losses to 2 solid opponents. So not touching it. Probably Damon. Just I think he's really talented. So
nice. I want to give a shout out to Lazy Bed. That's my line, Spritz. I did. Probably like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, said, I can't say sprinkle. I can't give Viana the money. I need another line. And Lazy Bag came up with Spritz. He also said a very funny joke right here. You know what they say about guys with big hands, right? They go through tons of lotion. Which is true, baby. It's true. I don't have I have wide hands. I have like polar bear hands. Like my fingers aren't long, but like I got like thick fucking bear claw hands.
I got small hands. No,
your
small
hands are pretty
hands.
Long.
No, I'm joking.
All right, next up we got Chris Gutierrez. Finally, hopefully this fight. I'm tired of picking this fight. Let's just let him fight. Chris Gutierrez -148 versus John Castañeda +124. I've broken this so many times. I'm gonna go Gutierrez by leg kicks. I think that's what he does. This is like a catch weight. Castañeda can't make 135. He's getting sick all the time. I don't fucking know. Give me Gutierrez by leg kicks. Let's get this fight off the books. Let's clear it off the dockets. Joe, is this something that you're gonna bet here, bud? What are we looking at here?
Dude, I'm sorry, but I do have a heavy lean in this fight. It's Gutierrez.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I actually gave it out as a pick on UFC. What was it? It was UFC 309. Then it was canceled. Then it was UFC 313 canceled. And then now it's rebooked again. Also, just something to consider here. It's at, I think you actually just mentioned it, Brian, but it's at 45 instead of 35. The thing that sticks out to me is the Daniel Marcos Castañeda fight. I think Daniel Marcos and Chris Gutierrez kind of have a similar fighting style in terms of distance management, lateral movement, great cardio. And to your point, like I hate betting Chris Gutierrez because all you're betting on is just him to leg kick someone to death. Doesn't carry a ton of power. I know he knocked out Frankie Edgar with a big flying knee, but at the end of the day, like you're betting on decision wins almost all the time. And when you're betting Gutierrez, and I liked him in that matchup. But again, I just think there's more opportunity on this card. I would lean Chris Gutierrez pretty hard here. I would bet Chris Gutierrez. He's not a play that I'm going to give out, but I might throw him into a parlay or two. I do think he's talented and he's fought the better competition.
Strong take from my guy. Zuck, what you got, babe?
Yeah, I'm with you too. Also, I went back into my old notes because I was like, I can't watch more of this. I was every time it comes up, I rewatch the fights, and then I'm like, oh my god. I think Chris Gutierrez, even when he gets taken down, he does tend to get back up pretty quickly. Castañeda is not the kind of damage guy that you're going to see, and I think we're going to see a kind of like a 2025 decision when you see John Castañeda. He's probably going to get 2 or 3 takedowns throughout this fight. If whatever the John Castañeda takedown line is on DraftKings, it might be like 1.5, 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you could take that and he might secure those 2 takedowns throughout this fight. But I think Chris Gutierrez gets up, leg kicks him, as Joe said, and I think he just keeps the momentum going on the feet. Even if it gets taken down, like I said, get it back up. John Castañeda is not going to jump for a sub instantly look to finish on the ground. And if it goes 3 rounds, I think these judges are going to go more damage over control time. And Chris Gutierrez.
Oh, Goots. Yeah. One last thing. I saw Gutierrez fight in, was it Columbus or Nashville? Columbus. And I guess he had people, my wife and I were like on the floor, and he had some people when he came over and was like greeting them after a hard fought victory. And he was like 4 feet in front of me. Right. And I know he's 135 pounders, but I felt like I could eat him. He seems so small to me. He doesn't seem to be the smallest 135er, but I'm looking over and I'm like, is this a horse jockey? Like, who is this guy? Is tiny, but maybe I'm just, a fucking, too big for my own good. All right, here we go. Next up, Evan Elder. Fight came together last minute, -205 versus Gage Young plus 170. This fight, Gage Young stepping in for a pedo. That Afghanistan guy who ran away from Afghanistan with the fighting, had a great story. Yeah, he's fucking touching underage girls, a girl under the age 14, proven innocent guilty or whatever innocent till proven guilty, but fuck that guy, get rid of him. If all that shit is true, what a fucking bum. So we got Gage Young, finally Contender Series. Young kid, up and coming from the area, powerful striking, confident, but he gave up 9 takedowns his last time out. 9, right? Evan Elder is a solid wrestler who's been training to probably take the fight to the ground. That's his game. He's working on his game. I like Evan Elder here. I wish I could get a Gage Young plus 170, go with the new guy, get the boys fired up. I'm going to go square, though. I'm going to be SpongeBob square bet here. I'm going to go Evan Elder. I think he's going to win. I think he'll win by decision. I think Gage Young is tough. He's going to show out for kind of his local area-ish. But I think Evan Elder just could be a little too much. I think Evan Elder's had a little bit early in his UFC career, had a little bit of unfair shake. I think there's some fights he could have won that he didn't. He's looked pretty good his last 2. Give me Evan Elder. Give me by decision. Yeah, Evan Elder by decision. Yeah, I love it. Joe, what do you got?
I'm all over this fight.
all over. Who we got?
All over Elder. I'm destroying you. Yeah,
right.
He's probably going to be one of my biggest plays on the card outside of I got a few more coming up here. I won't spoil it, but I'm all over Evan Elder. Listen, Elder debuted short notice against Preston Parsons, up a weight class. He got beat up bad, but showed a ton of toughness. Then he gets Nazim Sadikov, who, just as a side note, Nazim Sadikov and Evan Elder, I view as probably the 2 most underrated lightweights on the roster right now. Very talented
Nas
guys.
is a stud. Yeah.
Nas is a stud. Hammered him in his last fight against Ismail Bonfim. And I had Elder in his last 2 wins against Valdez and against Flowers. But again, Elder in that Sadikov fight went into the 3rd round. It got called by doctor stoppage. He had a cut, but the live line was a minus 115. He was up on all 3 judges' scorecards, 2 rounds. I think he's a very, very talented fighter. This Gage Young guy got taken down by that Salakid guy from Australia on numerous occasions on Dana White's Contender Series. He's taken the fight on short notice, which I love if you're betting Elder. And I just think Elder's wildly underrated and extremely well-rounded and tough and can crack and can grapple. I think he's going slept on in the lightweight division right now. I love Elder. I'm using him for a big parlay piece. I'm all over that line. So yeah, definitely Elder. Love
it. Zuck, what do you got, babe?
Yeah, I'm with Joe. I mean, I love Evan Elder too. When I was watching the fight the other day, I was like, this guy is better than I even thought he was. That Sadikov fight was, I mean, he's the kind of guy that he's going to get in the pocket. I think he won $50K on his first fight, and he's like, I got that taste of that bonus. I want to keep throwing on performances. Like, he gets in the pocket, he throws. He has a slip right uppercut that he hasn't landed yet in the UFC, but it's gotten so close that it looks like it will absolutely take somebody's head off. And he's got good cardio. He's gotten caught before. He keeps going. The only part I don't like about him is that when it comes to a clinch, when he exits, he gets caught by straight shots in all of his fights. I know Sadikov, he's a Ray Longo guy with Marab and all those guys over there, but so I expect him to have that good striking. I think he's one of Ray Longo's main striking guys in the UFC right now. So I don't expect him not to get pieced up by someone like that. But I really like him in this spot. Gage Young against Quinlan Salik or Salikid
or something like that.
Yeah, who he knocked out Jubilee recently in Australia. Long guy. It was a good fight all the way around. Gage Young has good striking, but like you said, got taken down by some big trips, double legs, single legs. He was getting taken down every which way, which Gage Young does have in his bag. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gage Young actually caught him with something big because he does have some power, but I'd be leaning more towards a decision win. Either way, I like him, like Joe said, as a really good parlay piece. Really good parlay piece.
Yeah, it's a low enough number. I'm surprised the number's that low. And shout out Nas Sadikov, getting a lot of love. Ray's been talking about that guy for years, even before I was on the Anakin Florian.
He's sick.
He's gross.
Yeah.
He's gross.
That's the only
thing.
Before I was on the Anakin Florian, I just remember him dropping hey, how's the gym doing, Ray? Oh, we got guys in there, Nas, blah, blah, blah. Ray's been dropping him for a while. The kid's really good. And I was just going to commend all of us and the chat for not making an Elder Young joke, right? Because of the last names. But Lazy Bet, of course, is in there. Elder set to teach some young manners to a young man.
Dude, that guy
That's a lazy joke. That's a lazy
sharp.
joke.
That guy's a
but
poster
he's
child for the
sharp,
next
bro.
Trump campaign, bro.
He's sharp, brother. I like that. I like corny jokes. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of corny jokes. That one's good. You know, all right, we got to move on, though, because Joe really likes Evan Elder. Zuck really likes Evan Elder. I'm going to tell you a guy I really like. His name's Matt Danger Schnell. Minus 180 versus Jimmy the Dork Flick. I mean, I don't know if that's his nickname officially, but it should be, or the Virgin or something like that. The guy sucks. Listen, plus 150 for Jimmy Flick. Shouldn't be in the UFC. I think he's below average. He retired and then came back for a little bit. Matt Schnell retired and came back because he's been getting knocked out. His chin's a problem, and they're like, Matt, we really need someone to fight Jimmy Flick. Jimmy Flick? Yeah, I'll come back for that, right? Like, this dude's like, I got it. It's a good matchup. Schnell is very, very talented. His problem is he's got weird tendencies in a fight. Well, number one is chin. His defense isn't good. He's got weird tells with his stand-up, but his striking is very good. If the guy had a chin, he'd had so much more wins, right? Because he likes exchange in the pocket. He's nasty in there. He's a dog in there. Not to mention his submissions on the ground are very good. I just don't see where Jimmy Flick gets this guy anywhere. I don't see it. Jimmy Flick, below average fighter with some decent submissions, not better than Schnell, definitely not better on the feet. He's kind of wild out there. His cardio's dog shit as well. Trains at an itty bitty small camp. He's in, he's out, he's whatever. I like Matt Schnell. Minus 180 is crazy. When we get to the locks at the end of the show, I will snatch this up so quick for Mortal Lock. I was going to put him in a slime ball parlay, but I like this is going to be a slime ball piece. So the new rule for the slime ball for the people who aren't listening: one favorite, one prop, one dog. So this is going to be my prop. Matt Schnell to win by KO/sub. We're going to double chance it, baby. Minus 115. That's almost even money. I got to take that. I love it. So that's the first leg of the slime ball parlay. I love me some Matt Schnell in this fight. I rarely am all over Matty Schnell, but guess what, baby? I'm all over him right now. Zuck! Don't fucking, do whatever you want, but don't say one nice word about Jimmy Flick. All right, go ahead.
I don't have one nice thing to say about Jimmy Flick, other than his celebration when he beat Malcolm Gordon in Canada was pretty funny. Just because he shushed the crowd.
Yeah.
And just because he shushed the crowd, and it was like, dude, you just got beat up and then subbed him. I understand you're in Canada, but every UFC fan, if you really know, is like, dude, come on, dude, you're gonna get beat up next fight. I promise. I'm with you here. Matt Schnell, I think his problem is that his combos are almost so crisp that you watch them. He throws a nice right straight, left hook, right uppercut, left body shot. And he's like, oh shit, did I just do that? And then he just gets left hooked by his reverse egg and just gets absolutely dropped. And he also falls hard. I mean, Sumadarji didn't knock him out. So his chin held up there and he was getting hit by no punches, only elbows. I think one thing I really like about this fight, if you don't want to play either side, is to fight not to go the distance. I got it this morning at plus 100. I don't know what it's at now, but I got it this morning at plus 100 on DraftKings.
Look at Joe.
So
He's blew Joe's fucking mind.
Joe's scrambling. Yeah. Are you going to bet that one, buddy?
Go ahead. You can finish your breakdown.
Okay, I'll finish. But yeah, I like Matt Schnell. I kind of lean knockout here, but I like the double chance. Fight not to go to distance. I got it this morning at plus 100. I don't know what it's at now. If anyone found that line, it's probably deep. But yeah, Matt Schnell.
Matty Schnell. Joe?
Bro, I checked that line last. So I checked that line last. Sorry, go ahead, BP.
No, go ahead. No, you got it. I was just going to banter. Go ahead.
I'm destroying that line. I have it at minus 380, and I had it last night at minus 380. So I like, tell me where you're having that line, because I will hit it. I don't know if you took it to take the distance, to go the distance, maybe. I don't know. I have it inside the distance. That's what I'm parlaying Evan Elder with. Okay. So Evan Elder, fight not to go the distance here. I think it's a layup. Both guys, terrible chins. You guys kind of already unpacked this. Yeah, fight to go. Oh, fight to go the distance.
Fight not to go.
Oh my god, it is at 380.
Yeah.
What did I take? Wait, maybe I messed up there.
Yeah. Either way, that play.
I might have messed up there, lads.
No, good. Either way,
you're good.
The fight not to go the distance is like
that's a lock.
Dude, I hate to throw out the term lock especially when I have big money on
Throw it out, bro. I say it every 5 seconds.
Dude, I don't know how, on God's green earth, I have no idea how this fight goes to the distance, dude. Both guys, awful chins. You brought up the Malcolm Gordon fight, Mitch, with Jimmy Flick. Early 2024, I remember it. I think it was UFC 297. I think it was the first card of the year because I remember coming out the gate hot and taking Malcolm Gordon huge and getting destroyed huge. It was miserable. And both dudes, very poor durability. And I think, Matt Schnell, who you're right, BP, after his last fight came out, retired, and I thought we were never going to see him again. And then all of a sudden I see him booked against Jimmy Flick. And I'm like, Matt Schnell's going to come out and he's going to knock out Jimmy Flick for one big reason. Jimmy Flick offers no risk on the feet whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And Matt Schnell is a really, really talented striker, dude. Like people, he cracked Sumu Darji 100 times, even though he got cracked. He cracked Steve Erceg. And he has like very, very crisp striking. So if he goes out there and he implements the striking and really good scrambling as well, which is going to be helpful against Jimmy Flick. He goes out there, he stays on the feet, and he starts cracking Jimmy Flick. The fight's going to end. If Jimmy Flick wins, it's going to be by submission. I don't see it happening. I like Matt Schnell on the money line, and I love the fight to knock out the distance, parlayed with Evan Elder. If you guys do that, spoiling, a play that I'm going to end up giving out. But if you parlay Elder and fight not to go the distance, it's a -115, and I'm drilling that. It's going to be a play that I give. Love the fight to end inside the distance here.
Strong take from the boys. I think, you load up on Schnell. I don't think we're telling anybody different. And I want to apologize to Jimmy Flick. My anger was directed at him, but honestly, I have some like Vietnam flashbacks. When I played Little League, there was a kid on my team named Corey Flick. I'll say his name. I don't give a fuck. And, back then, every kid had to play, right? And I'm pitching, and we're playing our rivals, another township team. And I'm having I wasn't the best pitcher in the world, but I'm having an okay game, right? And they put him in second base, and this motherfucker could barely run, let alone catch a ball, throw a ball. And we lost. And I blame it on Corey Flick. I'll never forgive him. Still to this day, won't forgive him. Don't know where he's at. But any last name with Flick, you're out.
I don't want to apologize to Jimmy Flick. I hope you get knocked out cold. I need money. So
we need
I hope
money.
You get knocked out, Jimmy Flick, and no apologies from me.
Yeah, I need money too. I just bought a pair of $300 sunglasses. I probably shouldn't have, but fuck it. I just can't forget. I was going to bring this up. Lazy Betty guy, referee Cristoni asking Schnell, remembers his head smacking off the canvas last night. That's what hurts you. You get knocked out, you're dead. But when your back of your head hits a mat, that's the scary part. And Tony's like, man, you hit your head hard. Are you all right? You remember that? Like, you don't say that to a fighter who's lost half his paycheck, just got knocked out, is retiring. Like, read the room, Tyone, you fucking bastard. All right, next up, we got Ikram Aliskerov, -485 versus Andre Muniz, +370. Muniz, fraud, bum, right? This guy got exposed on the ground. He's supposed to be this world-class jiu-jitsu guy. Very good jiu-jitsu. When he's on top, he ain't going to get top on Aliskerov. Aliskerov is your traditional Dagestani wrestler. He's lost to 2 people in his career, both by knockout, but Muniz can't strike for shit. He lost to Hansan Chai before the UFC. That's how Hansan got signed, and he lost to Robert Whittaker's last time out. I think Ikram, he can take this fight wherever he wants. I think he'll stay on the feet, knock him out, goes to the mat. He has a great Kimura. Don't know if he's going to submit Muniz, even though Brandon Allen did. But I like Aliskerov all over this. It's a big number. I get it. But, if you're loading up on a 6-legger, you could throw this guy in there. It's free money, even if it's -495. I understand that. Or 485, excuse me. Give me Aliskerov. I think he blitzes Andre Muniz, possibly in the first round is how I'm going to play it. First round KO. I'll let Joe break this down why I chased the first round KO number.
Yeah, disagree. I actually don't. I'm not an Aliskerov believer. The Whittaker fight rubbed me the wrong way, really bad. I know it was an early knockout. Whittaker caught him. It's Robert Whittaker, former champ, incredible at fighting.
Plus 215 round 1 knockout for Aliskerov. Go ahead. Sorry. Plus 215.
No.
I'll take it and dance on Joe's grave. Like, Aliskerov is
Listen, dude. He just needs to prove more to me. He just needs to prove more to me. And Muniz has a way better strength of schedule. I do like that Muniz is coming off. I think he was the one that halted the Jung Young Park win streak. And Park
robbery.
You could argue robbery. You could, hey, listen, I'm not going to die on
the He's not going to fight you on it.
I refuse to die on the Muniz hill. He's losing to Paul Craig. No one should fucking be losing to Paul Craig. I get it. Listen, he's not that great, but he has fought way better competition, and everyone's freaking out about Aliskerov because of a Phil Haas knockout. Guess who knocked out Phil Haas, dude? Your boy, me, running over him in my wheelchair. Anyone can do that. Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah. The guy is the worst shit in the UFC, and then he beat Worley Alves. It's like, congrats, man. Yeah, I think, listen, if it hits the ground and Muniz doesn't get knocked out, I think it's an interesting fight. That's it. I would never. My point here is I'm not touching the fight. My point here is don't go into this using Aliskerov as your anchor here. I get that. Yeah, Brian has a good point. He has
strong disagree.
Disagree. Totally cool, man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, listen, Muniz has fought some really good dudes. Yeah, he's lost, but he was in the rankings at one point. And Aliskerov, his only ranked competition that he's fought, he got knocked out cold. So stay away from it. I'm telling you. It's
Who's your official pick? Who's your official pick for our little competition?
Aliskerov.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm not betting it, but I'm not betting.
No, listen. I love that. I love the back and forth. I love that you're fucking you're getting after that. I appreciate that. Listen, Muniz is huge for 85 too, and I feel like he should do better. I think his striking's abysmal. I thought the Iron Turtle won that. I had the Iron Turtle. I think it's my mortal locker, maybe some kind of parlay. I remember him losing that and going crushed.
I told you, I remember that very well.
Yeah. It was a tough one. Zuck, who we got in this fight, babe?
Use Ikram Aliskerov as your anchor, as your parlay is what I'm going to say. I think it's a guaranteed lock.
I like it, dude. I love the
he lost against Iron, or I 100% think that he lost, or Andre Muniz lost against the Iron Turtle. I watched that fight twice. I've watched, I swear to God, that I totally think that he lost that fight. He's got kicks. He's got a back leg body kick. He's got a spinning head kick, and he has no punches at all. He doesn't have good takedowns. He's not going to go for a single leg, work you up against the fence, and get you with a trip. It's not something he's going to do, especially against Ikram Aliskerov, who, he lost to Rabo in the last one. I mean, Andre Muniz should come in here and spam uppercuts, because it seems like that's the only thing that Ikram Aliskerov can get caught by is an uppercut. Obviously, Hamzat knocked him out in the regional scene, uppercut. Rabo, week's notice, and then knocked him out. I 100% think he's going to knock him out in the first 2 rounds. Ground and pound, I don't think he can take him down. I think you could have a sloppy takedown, and you could see Ikram end up in like a side control with elbows or a top mount and just rain down on him. He's lost almost all of his fights by KO, I believe. I don't see him controlling him there. I don't see him subbing here. I'm fully in on on Aliskerov in any kind of parlay.
I thought you were gonna pull a little
Ikram.
Texas switch on me there, bro.
Ikram Aliskerov.
Do you guys have a Texas switch lingo in your neck of the woods? You know what that is?
Texas switch?
Texas switch. No, it's a real thing. It's when you're in the same room with your buddy and you guys are banging different girls. And Dude, I've never done it myself.
We'll go back to 7th grade.
You know, it's so funny though. Is the first time I heard it, I was on senior trip. We're in Panama, Florida. I'm going to look for my buddy, and I go to knock on the door, and this guy's sitting outside. He goes, "Nah, I wouldn't go in there. They're doing the old Texas switch." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then finally, my buddy came out, and I was like, "What the hell is a Texas switch?" And he's like, "Dude, I was banging so and so, and he was banging, and then we just like, let's switch." I'm like, "Dude." Savagery.
You got swingers on the
senior trip. Swingers.
That's a swinging before you're married.
Here's the funny part too is the girl that was involved in the Texas switch had broke up with her boyfriend on senior trip, like at the hot tub. And he was like drunk on the beach, like crying while his chick's getting old Texas switch. That poor bastard. Oh, I remember that. I had to bring him in my room. Like, dude, come on, let's go off the beach. I thought he was going to get washed away. So depressing. All right, next up, Randy Brown. Red boy. Minus 265. Nicholas Dalby plus 250. Joe really liked my breakdown of the Asian Florian. I have no idea what I said, so I'm going to kind of keep it short and sweet so I don't fucking... Don't ruin what Joe said about me. Listen, I like Dalby in this spot. Listen, I think Randy Brown loses focus a lot. I think he really good at range, but man, like there are times where aggressive fighters can get him. And Dalby's aggressive. He does that weird breathing where it looks like he's gassed, but he's not. He's got some good takedowns. He doesn't fucking stop. You got to hit like a freight train to stop this guy. Randy, I think, has okay power, but not great. His takedown offense is greatly improved, but when you put him on the back, it is a problem. I didn't realize BP went to school with them out. You know?
I was just laughing at
Yeah,
that.
we did some stuff back then, you know, like I went to a big high school. I graduated with 1,200 kids in my class.
Wow.
So,
I graduated with 75.
75. Holy shit.
I was like
Yeah, we had
600.
600. We had 1,200, and then the freshman class when I was a senior had 2,000.
You want to hear a crazy stat?
Yeah.
My 8th grade class had 9 kids.
Oh my gosh, bro.
9, dude. I grew up in New Hampshire. Went to a small private school. Keep going.
Jesus, dude, I can't even imagine 9 kids.
Crazy.
Like, yeah, West Side. My high school used to be the biggest high school in Ohio for a while, and now we have since been eclipsed. Shout out Oak Hills High School. All right, so I like Dalby. Did I finish my breakdown? Right, Dalby as a dog. Green Hammer. It's up there. It's on my shelf. I'm not gonna pull it down. Green Hammer, Dalby. He's a man. He's 40. That's what the chat's saying. I don't really love a lot of Green Hammers on this. I've been really diving the props. I'm trying to get better at props. I don't love a lot of props. However, I like Dalby to win, but the prop is someone's going to win by split decision. It's going to be dirt close. Plus 250, I believe. Is that what I've written down? Plus 250 to win. Someone to win. This is going to be a majority split decision. It's going to be close. They're in KC. They don't get a lot. I know the judges travel. The crowd's going to affect it. Dalby's going to get the pops because he's aggressive. Give me split decision, Green Hammer. Seal it up. That's a bet that's already been placed. Give me Dalby. Give me Zuck. Give me Zuck. What do you got in this fight, babe?
I didn't listen to I always tell you this, BP. I don't
Yeah.
when I come on, I don't listen to the Anakin Florian. Don't want any influence because usually that has so much influence on me on Mondays throughout the whole week.
Sure.
But
Understandable.
Rude Boy, I remember him coming on a few months ago, and he was talking about, or him and his coach, and they were talking about how he's so much better in the gym, and when he gets to the fight, he gets cold feet, and he's so good when he has people at the end of his punches. When he can hit people with a front kick and throw 1-2 after, he can really hurt people. But when he gets dirty, it gets tricky, and that's why I love my boy Nick Dalby here. Also, he's just gonna come forward the whole time. He's gonna throw 1-2s. He's gonna throw. He has great kicks. His body kicks hard. His head kicks a hard kick. I love him at plus 3.5 here. Another spread that I would love to play. You say by split decision either way. I like just the point spread. That's what I'm going to be playing here pretty high. It's one of my favorite bets on the card, and I just love watching Nick Dalby fight. I mean, he's almost, I think he's 41 now, man, and he's just putting it out there. He's not even a top 15. He gives no craps. He's going to walk.
Yeah,
he's going to walk through everything. He's there to win. He's there because he has heart, and I don't think Randy Brown does well there. And also when Randy Brown gets hit, it's almost like he got like popped out of like I don't even know. Like he like reacts. Like he's a reactionary fighter, and body language, and that's something that I'm going to be looking at here because Dalby doesn't do that. He does the exact opposite. He's going to put his face down. He's going to keep walking forward, and I love Dalby in this spot. I love him. His plus 3.5 is what I'm going to play. But if I had to pick, Nick Dalby.
Dalby plus 3.5 minus 135. Dalby was involved in a fight, I believe it was in England or somewhere in Europe, where they had to stop the fight because there was too much blood. They couldn't contain the blood. They're like, dude, we got to call this. Look at this thing. The guy's a madman. You're right. He's not in top 15. He's not going to fight for a title ever. I think he's coming to terms with that. He's like, I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to fucking do it. Right. And
he wants 50K.
Guys absolutely nails. He battled alcoholism most of his career. I believe he's been sober for a few years now, and he's out there. And I think his last couple of times, he's looked pretty good. Sorry, I got distracted here. Am I being lied to, or have you heard that Aspinall versus Gone in the works are going to turn out? I've not heard that. I have heard the Chael P. Sonnen, who's the biggest liar in the sport, that Jones and Aspinall is signed. They're just finding a date. So that probably definitely isn't true. Von Whedon here, the boys. Didn't you hop on with him last week, Joe? Was that last week or 2 weeks ago?
Dude, we did it, and then it didn't record.
It didn't record. I
had like an hour and a half, great conversation with him. And dude, by the way, just a shout out to Von Whedon. This guy is a absolute genius when it comes to like breaking. He has a whole Excel system that incorporates AI.
Well, he actually is smart and does.
He's a by the numbers dude. He's a by the numbers dude. Really intelligent guy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just a dude that does it by his gut.
I did see that.
This guy's got fucking spreadsheets and fucking algorithms, scientists whispering in his ear. I mean, the dude, I love that shit. All right, Joe. Randy, red boy. Or
Yeah.
do you have a Jamaican accent in your bag, Joe? Can you do one?
Oh, dude, no, that sounds like a quick way to a lawsuit, dude. In this climate, you want me to do a Jamaican accent?
That's all I got.
Rude boy.
Red boy. It sounds Irish when I do it. All right, go ahead, Joe.
Mitch didn't even consider the play by the points as a really good play. I don't know if we should all kiss or something, dude, but we all agree on like a plus 250 dog, which is crazy. I think Dalby's going to win this fight as well. Going to throw out a couple weird things here. Francisco Trinaldo, Brian Battle, and what was the other one? I had it written down. Wellington Turman. You guys have any idea what those 3 fights with Randy Brown have in common?
They all took him down for decision.
All of them got forced against the fence. Randy Brown has a really, really bad habit of getting forced against the fence, and Nicholas Dalby loves a fight against the fence. Great cardio, and loves like a grimy, grinded out fight style. And Randy Brown's been super susceptible to that. I will say this. I'm a huge, huge Randy Brown guy. I think he's very, very underrated. I just don't agree with the line. I think it's a minus 110 fight. I hate that Dalby's 41 years old, 41, who knows. But, dude, he's fine wine. He's aged really, really well. The cardio looks better. I'm a little concerned about the chin, but usually guys at a heavier weight division do better with age. And I just think I think he's going to push the fight against the fence, which kind of mitigates Brown's striking and his distance management. I do think there's a risk of an early knockout from Brown. Ask Salikov about that. Another thing that I will throw out there, Brown has never lost back-to-back fights in his entire UFC career, which I'm a little concerned about. He always rebounds well from losses. But I do really think this is a solid spot for Dalby on the money line. It's just you can't ignore that price. It's a hard thing to ignore. Won't bet my life savings on it. We'll sprinkle Nicholas Dalby for sure.
I'll say sprinkle. Yanni's listening, bro.
Oh, yeah. Dude, what were you calling it? Spritzer?
Spritz, yeah. Fucking Yanni's teeth. He just got an extra layer of fucking white coat. I think we need to put a bet up. All 3 of us, sharp dudes, right? And we're all young like Mitch, too. How old are you, Mitch?
24.
20. Yeah, we're all 24 young
dude.
How old are you, Joe?
30. What's being 24 like right now, Mitch? You just buzzing
around
on
Arizona?
Buzzing around on TikTok.
Are you just walking around with a shirt that says I eat ass because all the kids eat ass now?
Guys, I'm just above that TikTok kind of cringy age.
Sure.
I'm like 2-3 years past that. So
I have a TikTok. I enjoy strolling. My TikTok's like curated to me though. I don't get any of those like fucking dancers really. That's
all Zuck's entire feed.
I know. I get shit. Like the video I just saw before I hopped on here is a guy was hiding his phone to scare his wife, and he turns to go hide and he nails his shin on the bedboard, like the frame in the bed, dude. I've done that so many times. Yeah, dude. It's every once in a while a hot chick will pop up and go, who's this lady? And they all got OnlyFans, you know. Hey, make your money. I don't give a shit.
I know,
right?
girls, no, being 24 in Arizona right now in Scottsdale especially is a great time. Come on down whenever.
Yeah. You know
I'll show you a good time.
So good time is Scottsdale. My wife was funny. I got shout out, name drop. Evan Longoria lives in Arizona, and my wife works at a salon, and she's very artsy, and she's really good like with stuff. And she was gonna do like micro tattoos. She's got like her hands covered and a bunch of like little tiny micro tattoos. And the only place to really get certified and do it, it's a 3-day course, is out in Arizona. So I'm like, whoa. I mean, if you go,
we talked about this last time.
We talked. I was like, she hasn't booked anything yet. We're gonna go on vacation in June, first week of June, and when we get back, I think that'll be the next thing on the old docket. You know, like my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, he had a heart attack. So they watched the kids. So we kind of had to, kind of see what, we might just bring the kids with them. I don't give a fuck. They
hey man, come over whenever.
Yeah. And I got a lot of dudes in Arizona. You got Trindaddy, we got Zuck, we got Longoria. And then we got Big Joe holding it down for old Massachusetts. My sunglasses I ordered actually came from Massachusetts, Joe. Good old American company.
Is it Gators?
Randolph.
Hey, dude, I'm
Dave
dead
Portnoy-
serious though. When UFC Boston rolls around, they're usually pretty good about putting on a fight night, either like
Yeah.
once every 18 months. The boys should come. We should
I-
rip Boston.
I
It'd be a
haven't
good
been.
time.
I haven't been to Boston since I was a kid. I went to my grandmother has a twin sister. They both were born in New York. My grandmother moved to Cincinnati with my grandpa. My grandma's twin sister moved to Boston. I think I told you this. She lived in Newton for years. Now they live in North Carolina.
Yeah. We
But
talked.
I went there for Thanksgiving when I was a little baby boy. So yeah, let's go. I got a little bit of roots there. I got some Long Island roots. Got some this roots. Yeah, let's do it, Joe. Boston seems like a great city. Are you in like Boston? Like how to? Because Massachusetts seems like a small state, but it seems like there's a fucking billion people that live there.
Yeah, it's so you got like Boston right on the water, right? And then just south of Boston is Quincy. It's like it meets Dorchester and Southie. Like if you look at
Hold on. What'd you say? Quincy,
Massachusetts. Yeah, that's where I live in Marina Bay. But either way, right? Like so you got Boston, which is obviously the hub of Massachusetts, but Massachusetts is actually pretty big. It just goes far west. So you got like Springfield, which is like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half away. But either way, what's up?
I don't know if you can read that. Where my
Does that say Quincy?
Come from Quincy, Massachusetts.
Yeah, dude, that's where I live. No way. I should hand deliver.
Yeah.
Either way, like, dude,
I just got your address, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
You can have it, bud. 824 Allenwood Court, Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's go, baby.
It is, dude.
You pulled out of my cul-de-sac. You got problems, babe.
That's right.
It's the one with the hole through the deck.
Yeah, that still hasn't been fixed.
Right.
I meant to address the show with this. Sorry for going off topic, guys. I'm just having a good time. So I'm a tech guy. I'll mount a TV on the wall in fucking 5 minutes. Flat, time me. I'll put IKEA shit together, no problem. I'll fix HDMI problems. I got you, right? I have been a homeowner for 8 years, and I've desperately tried to be a green thumb. Take care of the yard, plant flowers, do this, pull the weeds. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that pays a guy to do it. So I actually hired a guy. He came over and cut the grass. First time. Met with him yesterday, and I was showing him our backyard. We got horrible stuff in our backyard, but he saw the deck. I was like, yeah, I fell through that. I got to get it fixed. He started cracking up at me. Yeah, so I don't even know where we're at. We're all in Dalby. No, here's what I meant to say. All three sharp, handsome dudes. We're all on Dalby. I know it's a dog, but if he loses, we should do a punishment together, post it on social media.
Dude, you're always punishing me, man. I had to donate to charity last time.
No money. The first thing I'm thinking of, have you guys seen Hot Ones? The show Hot Ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
The hottest sauce they had. It's not the hottest, but it's the one that everyone freaks out. It's called The Bomb. I've had it. I did a podcast years ago with my buddy. It's on my YouTube channel, and we ate the bomb, and it lit me up. And I'm not a spicy guy. We should do The Bomb if we lose.
I mean, I'll post to my 125 followers, but I'm shaking your hand.
The Bomb. If Dalby loses, Joe,
no,
I'll do it.
No, dude.
Come on, Joe.
I'm so bad with spice. I'm good at anything
terrible.
but spice.
Bro,
Dude,
I have IBS.
I don't want to agree to something that I'm
do
not going to do, dude. I am such a bitch when it comes to spice, dude. It's terrible.
Dude, you know what's funny? All right, we'll come up with something. But I had the wing, and we filmed a video of it. And I mean, literally, I'm running my mouth in the faucet. I'm drinking milk. I hate milk. My wife's like, it can't be that bad. She took a dollop on her pinky. She was down for 45 minutes. Bro, it is. Oh, I'll do it for Trin Daddy says he'll do. Would you do tribute? Trin Daddy do it for tribute?
Do it for me.
Oh,
He'll do it.
I'm doing it.
Mitch is doing it. I'll do it. Trin Daddy. You got to call him Daddy.
All right. Dada.
So that's it. If he loses, you know what? Because that's really bad. I mean, it's bad. So let's say this: if he gets finished, we got to do it, right? If he loses a split decision, we're kind of predicting
if he gets
anyway.
Finished, fine.
Okay, if he gets finished, we're doing it. We're in.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in.
All right. I've done
Also,
the one
side
chip
note,
challenge.
I
live.
I bet.
What'd
Dalby
you do?
money
The
line
one chip challenge? I haven't done the one chip yet. What'd you just say, Joe?
It's pretty tough.
Nothing. I was just weird flexing that I took Dalby money line over Gabriel Bonfim, where he was like a dog at this price as well.
I got that too. Yeah, I hit that too. I got that. I actually put money on in our little fake Anakin Florian money. I hit that one nice. All right, let's move on. Fight I'm really looking forward to. Minus 142. Michelle Pereira. This fucking guy versus Abus Magomedov plus 120. A lot of splits on this. I know where Joe's going. We're going to end with Joe on this breakdown. On the Anakin Florian, which Joe listened to, Zuck did it. I love Pereira. I gave out a parlay, which I never do on the Yankee Florian for it, grand. It's Ian Gary, who I'm picking, spoiler alert, and Pereira. Pereira looked so bad against Anthony Hernandez. He gassed halfway, not even halfway. He had one explosion, one combo, and was fucking tired. But this dude never fucking quit, bro. It was crazy. He avoided submissions, was getting his head caved in by an elite guy like Anthony Hernandez, and just never quit. The heart, the will on this guy. The only other time we've seen him this lousy was against Tristan Connolly, who's like a video game guy. He like helped create the video games, and he was severely undersized. I think Pereira ran into a guy who spent most of his career at 170, a true grappler 85, and went, holy shit, this guy's fucking strong. I can't handle this. He's got a Boost Magomedov who used to fight at 170. He's a big 85er. He's filling out his frame, very, very long, but has been cracked, has been put down before, right? I think his wrestling is decent, 76% takedown defense for Pereira. I think it's going to hold up here. His explosiveness is going to hold up. I think Pereira needs to get one back. I think we're going to have a performance here. No bat flips to the cage. You can do your little dancing and shit like that. You get in there, you go for business. I'm thinking KO by Pereira. I think he's going to land some kind of jumping shit, catch out Magomedov off guard. Joe's laughing at me, but Mr. Nice Guy. There we go. Mr. Nice Guy, shouted you out in the beginning of the podcast, buddy. I love everything that you do. You are you're great. You're great what you're doing for the MMA content community. You're the best, man. All right. Zuck, what you got, babe? Joe's laughing at me. I'm picking Pereira. Who you got, man?
One thing I will say real quick is Mr. Nice Guy has always liked all my tweets, always texted me
Such a
or
good guy.
DM me. He's a great guy. I really appreciate all that, always. Whenever I think about this, I think about Conor McGregor saying his name for some reason when I say the Bacadabos, but I think it's Abus Magomedov. I think I'm taking him. I think that
okay.
I think that Michel Pierre literally gassed out in 2.5 minutes in that first fight, in that last fight. I was watching like something's wrong. I think he would be so good if he came out in bursts and he was calm and he had that insane athleticism and bursts throughout 3 rounds. And I do think I'm not betting this fight personally because I think he could get caught at any second. Sure. He could get caught at any second. You got caught against Bruno Ferreira. You got beat up by Xiao Bialo or whatever. I can't do that one. And Sean Strickland.
Cabarella, yeah. No, Abus got thrown in the wolves. They're like, oh, you dominated your debut. Great. Here's Sean. Here's Kai. Exactly. Like, bro, that's tough.
And I think he fought Stolfish or something before that. But he got thrown in the wolves. He came back with 2 good wins. He's added in some more wrestling since we first saw him in the UFC. He's always had it. If you go back in his Tapology, he has some subs, and he did get that good head and arm choke against Fiera in the last one. But I really like Abus here. You could take him. Plus 3.5, you can take his money line. I think if it goes to decision, he definitely wins a round. Michel Pierre just has that chance of knocking him out and or like get a little like knocked, stunned, and sub as we've seen before. But I really like the back of the bus, Magomedov.
He's in the back of the bus. That's a good what you call it?
Oh, I got a good left.
Yeah.
No, I'm Connor here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot the draft was tonight. Your boy, you got eyes on the Browns. They haven't picked.
Oh my God, the draft's
tonight, bro. It just started. I'm on the Tennessee Titans. The pick is in. The Browns are 2.
Oh shit, dude! I gotta put that up on my phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, keep locked in. I'm the same way. I kept looking at the clock.
Please, Abdul Carter. Please, Abdul Carter. Please, Abdul Carter.
Joe, who do you want on the? Are you a Pats fan? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Did Cam Ward go 1?
So it says pick is in. I don't know if he's officially went yet.
I'll give you guys updates. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, here we go. Joe, we know what you're gonna pick, but I'd love to hear the breakdown.
All right. So listen, I get the ideology here on Michel Pereira. Really good, solid early finisher. I did not agree with you and Kenny's stance on like this like ideology that he was like tough and didn't quit. He got finished first off. Second off, I don't find anything impressive about sitting in the octagon getting the shit kicked out of you for 5 rounds. Like there's nothing impressive about that. There was nothing impressive about the performance. He gassed out in the first 2 minutes. The streak itself of 8-fight, the 8-fight win streak is very impressive. The streak, the level of competition is terrible. 2 of those fights are good fights. Number one, Chaos Williams. When Chaos Williams was legit, he beat him. That was very impressive. And then Michelle Olszewski was a very good win, in my opinion. I'm an Olszewski believer. But outside of that, a lot of first-round finishes. Only 3 of those wins are at 85, and then he got his first real test in terms of outside of Michelle Olszewski, who he finished in like the first minute. Listen, if it goes past the first 2 minutes, Abus is winning this fight, period. Michelle Olszewski is a very good early finisher who's dangerous to anyone, but I think Abus here has really filled out his frame at 85. You look at him fight, dude, he looks like he has 2% body fat. Like he has
he looks good. He looks
popping
good.
out of his shoulders, dudes. And
Yeah.
we got Von Whedon coming out here saying that Abus gassed in round 2 against Sean Strickland. It's Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is a very, very good fighter. He's fought for 2 titles and won a title, beat Israel Adesanya. His Abus's other loss is Cal Baralho, who's going to fight for a title at some point in his career. He got fed to the wolves immediately. He then destroyed Worley Alves, and then he destroyed Bruno Ferreira, who's good. I think Bruno Ferreira is a very good level of competition. He's plus 135. I got him at plus 135. I drilled the money line. I drilled the money line at plus 120, and then I drilled the money line at they traded, dude. What happened?
No, I'm trying to listen to your breakdown. You're killing it, Joe. You're killing it, Joe. But I'm like, bro, they traded.
Understandable.
What are they doing? What they need so much?
Who they trade for, dude?
I don't know, bro.
My dad texted me. I saw it. I hate everything. I hate the Browns. I hate being a Browns fan. I hate being from Cleveland. I should tear this down right now. I hate Cleveland.
That's bro.
Yeah, that's
it looks
crazy.
like they traded Jacksonville Duval, is what Andrew Marr said. Oh fuck! All right, so you love Abus.
Yeah, Abus.
Let me tell you something.
It's got to be a play that I give out.
I love your conviction. I love that you disagree with me. I just think you're so dead wrong, dude.
Dude, I could be.
Michelle
And I could be.
Perez.
And I respect your opinion. And I respect Florian's. Yeah, killed Joe's moment. All good. All good, dude.
Yeah, Joe is killing it. I'm just like, keep it together.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bro, that's crazy.
Crazy.
No, you killed it, Joe.
I love
You
a
killed
boost. And a boost, by the way, is a play that I'm giving out. So,
Yeah.
And I know
I am
you're
Saturday on
parlay-
Twitter or X, whatever. Give him a follow. You did a nice little video earlier about that, didn't you? Like you put your pick on a boost, or did you just like tweet like something? Because I commented on something.
Yeah, I made a few tweets about it.
Okay.
I'm all over a boost. I think he wins this fight. And if it goes round 2 and it's anywhere close on the live line, I'm drilling the live line. So
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree with that completely.
Let's try to steamroll these 3 fights. We've been hour 16. You guys are killing it. Giga Chikadze plus 150 versus David Onama minus 180. This is my disgusting pick of the week. This pick makes me sick. It makes me so sick. I put him in the slime ball parlay. I'm going Giga Chikadze. I don't know why. I think this guy was the lead at one point. I think there was flirts with him with the title. Then he got injured and he didn't fight a while. He looked absolute dog shit against Arnold Allen. David Onama's a freight train. He looks very good. He's been mixing things up, but he has been hit and stunned. He's been put down. He can't be hit, and Giga just needs to up the offense a little bit. I thought he got embarrassed by Arnold Allen. He's so dismissive of everyone's striking skills. I was a kickboxer. I'm this and that. Dude, Arnold Allen went for one takedown, didn't get it, and beat the shit out of you on the feet. Where's your kickboxing? You need that here. Your little tricks with the Giga kick is great, but you need a little bit more, and I think he is going to bring more. I need a dog for my parlay. It was either him or Dalby. I went Giga. That way, if he loses or whatever, we can hedge out with the final 2 fights. But give me Giga Chikadze. Zuck, who you got, babe?
I'm with you here. I like Giga a lot. I've liked him his whole career. He trained with one of my buddies in college. Shout out my boy Troy. That left liver kick is gross. I think that he's only lost to Arnold Allen's pretty elite when he comes to 145.
For sure.
I think he's
But if
Calvin
you're
Kattar,
this crazy striker, bro, and Arnold Allen just dogs you like that, like what are we doing here?
I agree with that. But I just haven't seen that kind of moment with David Onama where I've been like, he's the top of the division. And I've had moments where I've seen Giga been like, he's lead on the feet. I don't know if David will be able to keep up with that. I actually don't mind a sprinkle on Giga by KO. I don't know what that line is. I'm sure it's around like a minus or a plus 420, plus 450 area. David, he's athletic. He has good combos. I think he's going to try to wrestle here. and I think that Giga's takedown defense is better than what people expect. So I'm going to go Giga here. I don't see anything wrong with taking David here. I probably won't bet this fight, but I like Giga as an underdog here.
Giga by knockouts plus 600. So very juicy there.
Yeah, that's a little spritz.
Yeah, a little spritzy. Joe, what we got, babe?
Yeah. Man, I'm a big Arnold Allen believer. I think Arnold Allen is one of those guys where it's like on any given night, he could be, the champion of featherweight. Really talented dude. And I watched that fight this week. I thought Giga beat Arnold Allen, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, in rounds 1 and 2.
Wow.
I thought Giga squeaked it out. And then Arnold Allen, I know you brought it up on Anakin Florian that Allen walked him. He did in the third round. He destroyed Giga late. And I was very convicted in an Onama play earlier in the week, and then I started watching Giga. Dude, Giga finished Edson Barboza in 2021. Totally forgot about that. And his only losses are against Calvin Kattar and against Arnold Allen, who, as I just said, one of the best fighters at featherweight right now, in my opinion. Not touching the fight, I lean Giga. But I think Onama can put anyone's lights out. I was really impressed with his performance over Gabriel Santos. I'll say that. So not touching it. I do like probably the over, weirdly.
Yeah. I like the over too. I like to sprinkle. Sorry, Yanni. I like to spritz on Giga by knockout as well, because Onama does get hit. He gets wobbled a little bit, and he's a freight train. He likes to come forward. Giga likes to use movement. I just need more volume from Giga. That's it. I think he's an elite striker. He needs to prove it. I know kickboxing tempo and everything, striking is different than MMA, and I think Onama's going to prove that because he's going to mix everything together. He's working on his stand-up, or working on his grappling as well, coming in as like kind of a bruiser stand-up, and he's a big, thick dude. But again, since Austin Lingo took Giga down and submitted him back in the Contender Series years ago, it ain't so easy anymore. Like the dude's working, and he's really not that old. He's just been banged up, and he's missed these past few years. People kind of forget about him. I think we're getting him at a good number. All right, co-main event, which I don't really care about, even though it's Anthony Smith's final fight, plus 350 Smith. Zhang minus 455. I went Smith on the Anakin Florian because I just felt sentimental. Yeah. Felt sentimental. I didn't bet him or anything, but I picked him. It was kind of like I didn't really know what was going on, but I just want Smith to go out there and go, you know what? Last fight, I've done everything in my career. This is my 60th fight. He does still have a decent chin on him to an extent. Let me just go out and bang. Let's give this kind of a hometown crowd. He's from, I think, Nebraska, close to Missouri. It's in Missouri. It's not in Kansas, but close. And I think, you got to go out there and give the crowd what you want. I think it's what he's going to do. Now, that means I think Zhang's going to knock him out for sure. That's Zhang's capabilities. That's his wheelhouse. But there's a slight chance that Anthony Smith could clip this guy. We haven't seen much from him. He's beaten Turcos Tacos or whatever the fuck, who's a bum. This is a step up, regardless of how old Anthony Smith is. But Anthony Smith is 2 foot out the door. He wants to be a broadcaster. Go out there. Don't be committed to not get it out of round one. We're slanging, we're banging, and you better come out to Return of the Mac because that's one of the best walkouts there is. Give me Zhang, even though I'm not like huge on it. Joe?
I'm a huge Anthony Smith fan, and it became evident when he was fighting in the John Jones fight in a title, gets kneed to the head, had a clear path to just taking, a belt by technicality, and still fought. That's where
that's dope. That's dope.
Dope. Anthony Smith I became a huge fan, and I love him on the mic. I hope he has a very successful career in commentating. Listen, I hate guys going into fights knowing it's a retirement fight. I think we saw Robbie Lawler against Nico Price, and it was like this fairy tale ending. That doesn't happen usually. Guys usually going into their retirement fights tend to lose. I do like, not to go on about live betting, but if it goes to the second round, Anthony Smith is probably a really good live bet. This guy, Ming Yang, hasn't been outside the first round in, I think, 11 fights. I think it's all first round finishes, carries a ton of power. And to your point here, BP, if Smith goes out and tries to knock out Ming Yang, I think it's a clear loss for Smith. I think he's going to get clocked. But if he does try to treat it like an MMA fight, keeps his distance, get into the second, third round, maybe try to mix in a takedown. I thought you had really valid points on Anthony Smith. I don't want him to go out there, try to starch Ming Yang. If he tries to make it like a technical performance, I think he has a decent chance of winning.
Sure.
Not touching the fight. I was going to use Ming Yang as like a big parlay piece, and then I talked myself out of it. So off to the races, though, for Ming Yang. If he knocks out Smith here, it's a good spot for him to, build his resume. So
for sure. 205 is wide open too, and they need a guy. And and this might sound racist, but you don't really get a lot of big Chinese fellows, right? You
Either, dude. This is the first. Yeah, it's the biggest guy to come out of China since.
Yeah, either you're a sumo guy from like Japan. You don't get a lot of big Asians. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. But, a lot of them are smaller. So a big 205er who's exciting is interesting. By the way, Cam Ward went number 1. Travis Hunter went number 2 to Duval. So Abdul Carter is still out there for you, bub. All right, Zuck.
I don't know what we do. So we traded the 3. Sorry.
I think you're at 6 or 8 now.
Oh, okay. Joe, I completely agree with you. When I watched that, I remember watching that live.
You're at 5, actually. You're at 5. Sorry, bud. Go
I'm
ahead.
at 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, when he didn't take that way out against John Jones, I was like, this guy is that's a real fucking champ. I don't care what the hell you say. If he took it away from Jones, looking back at it now, everyone would absolutely hate Anthony Smith so much that he would never be on a mic. Like, think about true MMA, like everyone would hate him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy he didn't do that. He's a good guy. I always think about him against Johnny Walker when he was like, "You're attacking my family."
You're attacking my family. I'm doing
What?
What? Johnny's like, what? Where are you right now, bro?
But unfortunately, I think that he's about to get his ass whooped by a Chinese man. That last fight against Dominic Reyes, he got pieced apart. I know that his coach had just passed away 2 days prior, obviously horrible circumstances. One thing that's interesting, he's never gotten knocked out in the first round. So I like, personally, Zhang and over 1.5 rounds.
Wow. Okay.
I think it could happen later round 2. I think that Anthony wants to make a statement in this last fight. I like that. I don't know what that fight parlay is going to be on DraftKings, but I like Zhang in over 1.5 rounds, whatever that number is. I'm going to play. I think that Smith's going to come out strong, and then eventually it just might be a little too much for him. I'm going to end this by saying there's someone knocking on my door. I'll be right back.
You got it, brother. You got it. So we're going to the main event, which I love, Joe. I love this main event. Carlos Prates plus 110 versus Ian Gary minus 130. You got Prates, the Fighting Nerds. They're the hottest team right now. They're, they say they're undefeated, even though Bruna Brazil kind of trained with them and she lost. I don't know.
But too.
Yeah, right. But they're legit camp. They're training really well. They're smart. They're prepared. They're in shape. Prates is been there for a while. He's looked good in the UFC so far. He's got some decent wins, not the most impressive stuff or impressive record, but it's not the weakest either. Like knocking out the Leech, even though the Leech hasn't been very good in a little bit, it's still impressive. Like this dude knocking dead Neil Magny is pretty good, but Ian Gary, I'm gonna wait till I do my full breakdown until Mitch gets back. But Ian Gary's a guy that I feel like people sleep on, right? Because the whole he gets called a cuck with the whole middle name, last name for his wife, and he's very, very corny, which I get, right? I mean, this dude today or yesterday was doing media. And he took out his pocket and he's like, you see that? That's Neil Magny's soul. I took his soul. It's like, bro, you landed 91 strikes, couldn't knock him out, and took him down twice in a fairly boring fight. Like those 91 strikes, a lot of them were pitter patter against the cage. Like Carlos Prates deaded him, right? Like deaded him with the left hand. So kind of weird shit talking by Ian Gary, in my opinion there. However, I like Ian Gary a lot in this fight. I don't know what people are seeing in Prates. Matty Betts, who I do like, a lot of people, he's a big game player. The dude's got a ton of money, and he's a sharp guy. He wins a lot, right? He likes Prates a lot, which has me a little worried. That when I'm on opposite of a sharp, I get a little worried. But my read is Gary is just cleaner on the feet. I think his striking is very good. I think it's precise. He's a sharpshooter. He doesn't put himself in much danger, which can be boring. Since he's been in Brazil, his grappling's got much better. I mean, he got a rear naked choke on Hanslat, which wasn't close. People thought it was close. It was on the chin, but he still took Rachmanov's back, took his back, tried to lock it in. He grounded Michael Venom Page, which a lot of people think is going to happen in this fight. My question is, I like Prates a lot, right? I just think this is a bad matchup for him. The guy smokes darts all day long, drinks whiskey. John Anik disagreed with me strongly because John Anik likes the devil lettuce, so he doesn't think maybe smoke really fucks with your lungs. I want to see this guy 5 rounds smoking darts. Professional athletes don't smoke for a reason. This dude's smoking a half a pack a day, which that's what he says. Could be a full pack. Who fucking knows? But that's got to factor in 5 rounds. And I think this is going 5 rounds. And I think Ian Gary can do 5 rounds blindfolded. I do. The guy's cardio is on point, regardless of short notice or not. I like Ian Gary. I like him by decision. I think he's going to outpoint him here. I'm hoping for a good fight. I'm hoping Prates shows some real big dog in him, that dog energy, get cut up, come after Gary and make Gary fight. But I just think Gary might style him a little bit with his footwork, cardio, and timing. I think that's going to be a little too much. And if it gets a little too hairy for him, I think he's got the takedowns, or at least attempting takedowns, in his back pocket, which has been greatly improved. So I'm going Ian Gary, confident. That's my final leg on the slime ball as well as Ian Gary. So, Mitch, what we got, babe?
I love Ian Gary a lot. I liked him since he came into the UFC. My only problem with him is that that Kanan Song fight, he got dropped bad. He had a good head kick against D-Rod. I don't rate his performances against Neil Magny or Jeff Neal very highly. I think he did enough to win in both those fights. And now we're looking at the Shavkat fight where he did enough that people are like, oh, well, Shavkat we thought was going to kill everybody, and he didn't kill Ian Gary. And Ian Gary took his back in the 5th round and had some moments. I don't think Ian Gary is about to blast Carlos Prates with a double leg and grapple him for 5 rounds at all. I also don't think Carlos Prates is the kind of guy that has 5 KOs or 4 KOs on his first 4 UFC fights. And he's not the kind of guy that's coming out there. He's throwing these crazy hooks. He's pushing the pace to a crazy level. No. He's sitting back. He's with his southpaw. He has that left knee. He has his left straight. He's plodding forward. He's not pushing too hard on that cardio to the point where I'm like, he's going to gas out. Is Ian Gary going to pressure him against the fence, throw jabs for 5 rounds, get him tired out? Maybe. I don't think so, though. Ooh. I don't see him as that pressure fighter. I don't see Ian Gary blasting American double legs, taking Carlos Prates down, and then Carlos Prates is sitting there. I'd feel dumb not betting on the Fighting Nerds wave. I would feel dumb being the one guy that's like, oh, I'm going to take this one off. No. I'm going to keep riding it. I'm going to keep going forward. I like Carlos Prates in the over 2.5 rounds. I don't think he gets him early. I think it's going to be a surprise, and he's going to pick him apart. And it's going to be either a 3rd, 4th round finish late, or he's going to actually beat Ian Gary by decision. And people are going to be like, oh, Carlos Prates smokes 10 darts a day, and guess what? He's okay. All right?
Right.
I mean, I've done a little devil's lettuce in my life. If you're working out while you're smoking, it's not going to kill you. Obviously, I've never been in a 5-round UFC main event MMA fight, and neither has he. And I went back and I watched his 1-1 championship loss. He did get taken down, grappled against the fence, and won championship, which they don't like a lot. I don't care. I think he's going to plot forward. He's going to catch him with that left hand. He's going to control that front wrist and that front hand of Ian Gary. And I love Carlos Prates here at the plus money.
I love it. Good read there. Big D Tommy says the bigger guy is a good radio voice in cadence, can do some pro gigs. The guy in the top left. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro. By the way, I was going to wear a Fighting Nerd shirt. I have one, but I'm like, I'm picking against Prates. I can't. So this is the second shirt I ever made. It's got holes all in it. So I had to rock the old school. Joe, we're ending with you while the breakdowns. We still got our locks coming up. Main event, Gary Prates. What do you see, big dog?
Mitch, really good breakdown. I love the over. I love the over. Fight to see round 3 is a -225, and I like Prates with the points plus 5.5, which is a -165 right now. Sorry to go against you, BP. You had a great breakdown on Anakin Florian. I know you're parlaying him with Pereira, who I faded as well. But listen, Ian Gary. To your point, I don't think Ian Gary's going to go out there and just like amazingly try to grapple Carlos Prates. I just don't think if it gets there, Ian Gary holds the advantage. I think that's convincing. I do like that. Carlos Prates has been training with Cabaralho, who's a great grappler in his own right. Listen, I like Carlos Prates by the points for a few separate reasons. Number one, if he knocks him out, I get the win, right? And there's a real risk of that. Carlos Prates carries a ton of power. He's knocking dudes out left and right, 4-4 in the UFC. And Ian Gary, I don't think runs the risk of knocking out Carlos Prates in the same way that Carlos Prates runs the risk of knocking out Ian Gary. I think if Ian Gary wins this fight, it's going to be by decision. To your point, Brian, great great footwork out of Ian Gary, great distance management. He did get cracked by Castañeda, knocked out, almost borderline finish, which really worries me because you go against a guy like Carlos Pratis, who's I describe Carlos Pratis as smooth, right? Like he's a smooth criminal, man. When he closes distance, he does extremely well inside. Once he gets you against the fence, since he unloads, he's really quick in closing distance. And I think if it goes to anywhere in the later rounds, I think Ian Gary is going to stunt here, and he'll look good. That's why I'm taking Pratis by the points, and that's why I'm taking the over as well, because I don't think Ian Gary is going to finish him early. If he does, it's going to be really impressive. But I think if there's a path to victory here, it's Carlos Pratis early in the fight by knockout. But I don't know if it's going to happen, right? So I like the over. Fight to see round 3, I think, is -225, and I like Carlos Pratis plus 5.5 here. So
yeah, so I think over 2.5 rounds is -160. So if you believe in 2.5 more minutes,
I'm taking that. It's a good idea.
There you go. All right, real quick for our breakdown. You're taking Pratis?
I'll take Pratis.
Okay, all right. So we're good there. Real quick, slime ball. Before we get to our locks, baby chat, you've been amazing. Thank you for firing away in the chat. You guys are awesome. As always, Trindaddy, thank you for everything you do. Slime ball parlay before we get to our locks. Ian Gary, shrink. That's the favorite. Dog, Giga Chikats, shrink. And then we got the prop is going to be Matt Schnell. Double chance it. KO or sub +2 or -115, excuse me. That slime ball parlay, it's not as juicy as it's been, but it's still +756 or 726, excuse me, on DraftKings right now. Green Hammer is Dalby Brown to win, someone to win by split decision is going to go to a split decision. Hammer that as well. Let's get to the locks. Joe, you can go mortal, you can go dog, and you can go send them. You beat me last time, so you got to win. So you go first, champ. You get to pick. The board's yours, bub.
Okay, for my mortal, I'll go Elder. I like Elder.
I knew you were going to do that.
Good choice.
Yeah, I like
good
Elder.
choice.
You said my other one's a prop.
No. So now you go mortal, and then we're going to come back to you.
Okay, mortal.
So
So,
we'll
yeah,
go-
I'm gonna go Elder. Yeah.
So you pick mortal. All right, Zuck, your mortal lock, bub.
Well, my mortal was Elder, but I knew we had 3 people on the show. There's a chance that I
Snatched
would
it
have to
from
go
me, bro.
second. Malcolm Wellmaker. Mortal lock.
Oh, you sly dog.
That vision.
Hopefully he's not Malcolm Badmaker for you Saturday. Nail the joke. Thank you.
There's another.
Nail the joke. All right, mortal lock for me. I mean, because you guys are against me, right? And I did my breakdown. You're going to go, that's cute, BP. Fuck you. We're taking the other guy. Give me Michelle Pereira as my mortal lock. Michelle Pereira, mortal lock. He's going to stunt. He's going to do great. All right, Zuck, you go. Dog or send him, whatever your preference.
Oh, my dog goes against your mortal law. Actually,
Do it, bro. Do it.
Yeah,
Let's
back
lock
it
it
up,
off.
boost. Give me the back of the boost.
Damn it, dude.
The back of the boost. A boost Magomedov. I think there's a high. I was gonna go. I'll let you go, but I know what you're gonna go. BP.
Let's go, bro. No, I'm gonna let Joe go. Joe, pick your dog, but who's your dog?
I'll probably, in that case, right. I can't take a boost because he took a boost.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, he's off the board.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I'll
you
go.
can't take anyone else that anyone said, right?
Right. If anybody picks him, you could double down on your own, but you can't pick anybody else. Right.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, listen, I'll ride Pratis. I think he's a hard guy to fade at this point. I'm also a biased. I'm a big fan, and I love what the Fighting Nerds are doing. And dude, this guy is like, I'd actually throw out the term. He's one of my favorite fighters right now, which is like for degenerates like us.
High praise.
It's high praise.
That's
So
high
I love
praise.
Pratis. Going to be a tough fight, very tough fight. And if he gets through Gary, it's off to the races for Carlos Pratis. So
Sure.
he's looking
for
at a title
sure.
eliminator in his next fight if he beats him. So
For sure.
I think there's a high ceiling here for Pratis. Love him. And I'll take him. It would be a boost if you didn't take a boost.
I'm surprised, and I say this with the most complimentary, that you bums didn't take the guy that we're all on, Nicholas Dalby. That's my dog, baby.
Hello? Okay, this is Dog.
Okay, that's a dog. Let's go.
They're gonna go
kids.
Giga. I think
I don't like, so Giga's in my slime, and when I put everything into one basket, it usually fucks up for me. So I like to spread the money around. You don't move the money around. You got to move the money around. All right, so I'm up.
Abdul Carter just got taken, by the way, by the Giants.
I know, I saw that, buddy.
Everything. I hate everything. I hate everything.
Damn, dude, I'm so sorry. I mean, with the Bengals, we got 2 number 1 receivers. We got the franchise quarterback. We got a good young running back. I don't know who.
He has the worst win percentage of his career against who?
It's true.
Yeah,
you can't beat fucking Cleveland.
Can't beat him.
Can't beat him.
We got Joe Flacco.
Can't
we got
win
Joe
with
Flacco
them.
coming back.
Here's
Flacco.
what I can win with though, Bub. We're going to send them home here. Any finisher on the board. Again, just because this is a spite pick, because Joe dumped on it, Iker Aliskerov's finishing the show, Bub. He's finishing the show. Zuck, send him home, baby. Who you got?
Okay, so that was mine. So let me look into it real quick. I mean, I want to give a better prop than like a minus 300 KO for Zhang. So I'm going to go Malcolm Wellmaker by KO. Oh, I can double down. Malcolm Wellmaker by KO.
He doubled down, folks. If you're listening, when people double down the show, Christian, Timbo have done it. I've done it. That's usually a Grand Slam. Thank you, ma'am. Winner. Joe.
Yeah.
Last pick of the show before we wrap it up, baby. You guys have been awesome. What we got? Send them home.
Has to be inside the distance.
Right. Any kind of prop.
I'll
inside
go
the distance.
Yeah. I'll go Schnell to finish Jimmy Flick.
Yeah,
I would love to see Schnell gonna win, to be honest. Like, I think he's a great dude, and he's had really strong
dude. He was on the MTV show. Bro, he's training with Dustin Poirier before Dustin Poirier even made it to the WC. Old school shit.
Yeah. So,
boys, let me tell you something,
dude. Always so appreciative of your platform, Brian, and great talking. And Mitch, dude, great meeting you, man.
Yeah, you guys are the best.
Joe,
You're definitely going to come back on for sure. I got a rotation of dogs now. We got Timbo, we got Christian, the OGs. Christian's got like a kid coming. Timbo, I think, has a kid, another kid coming. Timbo's murdering people. Christian's out there trying to become a firefighter. Very busy. We got you 2 dogs. We got Evan Longoria, number 3 in the wings. You guys are the best. Chat, you're the best, baby. Subscribe to follow these boys. I am Saturday, ZuckUFC on Twitters. I love you guys. I'll see you.
Thanks,
boys.
Brother. Nice talking to you guys.
Much love, guys.
See you,
Great
chat.
talking.